So the Manufacturer will be back next week. Well done to Hannah. So come back next week and see the final. Should be really good, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show.
Meanwhile, I went out in Manchester and did a bit of exploring, found out a lot more about the Manchester music scene and Manchester nightlife. Manchester, described as a northern working class, industrial and cultural city with a wide variety of people. One of the key cities in the Industrial Revolution and the backbone of the country. However, in popular culture, Manchester is known as the backbone of the music industry, especially in the late 90s. The Manchester music scene and nightlife is one of the most famous in the world. In this documentary I'm going to take you around Manchester looking at new, old and everything else Manchester. Although more relevant in the late 90s, the Manchester music scene actually started in the 1980s, starting with the Smiths, and other bands such as Joy Division and New Order. Later in the decade, the ecstasy-fueled dance club scene played part in the rise of Manchester, a scene which included bands such as Happy Mondays, the Stone Roses, and the Charlatans. It was the 1990s that saw the rise of Britpop bands, most notably Oasis. Oasis were the leaders of the indie revolution. While known for making great music, they were also known for their attitude, which was confident to say the least.
Yeah,
it is.
The best band about today. On the planet, it's a fact.
What, you ask me if I'm happy? Listen, I've got £87 million in the bank, I've got a Rolls Royce, I've got 3 stalkers, I'm about to go on the board at Manchester City. I'm part of the greatest band in the world. Am I happy with that? No, I'm not! I want more!
Their confidence led to success as they had 8 number ones over 10 years, including songs such as Some Might Say and Don't Look Back in Anger. They also broke records when they sold out to 250,000 people over 2 days at Nebworth. The gig was iconic and was used as a centrepiece for the 2016 documentary Supersonic. "20 years on from Nebworth, the Manchester music scene is still going strong, with bands like Cortinas emerging. Later this month, they will play to 50,000 people in a sold-out gig at Old Trafford Cricket Ground. They will receive support from experienced Manchester band The Charlatans and upcoming band Cabbage. The most notable band supporting Cortinas at Old Trafford is Blossoms.
We're Blossoms from Stockport. It's lovely to be here.
Blossoms started from humble beginnings in Heaton Chapel in Stockport. The band is named after a local pub in which they used to frequent regularly. Freya McGreevy and myself caught up with the Stockport 5-piece shortly after they broke onto the scene with their #1 debut album. And we also got an exclusive performance.
I'm Tom from Blossoms, Miles from Blossoms,
I'm
Joe
Joe
from
from
Blossoms, Chaz Salt from Blossoms, Joshua Dewhurst from Blossoms.
So
Tom
you're
speaks
all
as
from
well.
Blossoms. So what's it like having a #1 debut album?
So like Miles.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's one of them. It's like when you get a certificate for like winning something at school or something, and you go up to the assembly and you show it to everyone. We don't have a
We're
certificate.
dead proud of getting a #1 album,
Mm.
but it's not like when we wake up in the morning, we don't have like a spring in our step because we've got a #1 album, and we don't think, it's not the first thing you think of when you wake up. It's far more important things
Yeah.
of being in a band and getting a #1 album, but that's not to take away from how proud we are that we got it. Testament to the fans and the songs, and us 5 as a clan.
It's a good start.
So what's your favourite song to play live?
Or individually or as collective.
Deep Grass.
Good choice.
Individual, I guess, yeah.
Blow has always been my favourite to play.
Mine's Deep Grass.
Yeah.
I enjoy Tom in it as well.
I think Deep Grass is good, yeah, because Tom falls on the floor and sometimes
It's always fun.
puts his XLR cable around me.
I don't play an instrument on it, so I get more time to mess about.
Have a bit of a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's near the end of the set and it's like excitement's
We
building.
have a whale of a time, don't we?
You know you've got a good party after that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any like drinks before? Any
Yeah, couple.
beverages or anything? Yeah.
Lots
Ever
of
are
tea.
we?
Not too many, just enough to get excited. do you know
Josh
what I mean?
doesn't drink, so.
Do you
No
know?
alcohol in me.
Fair enough.
So you need to
Um,
take the initial nerves off.
So can we expect a second album anytime soon?
Not soon. I want to, what would you class as soon?
How soon is
Go
now?
on.
Nice.
I like it.
Within next year?
Possibly. Possibly not.
Are you going to have a break after this tour? Like?
Nah.
No, keep going.
No, we're just constantly. I'm always writing for what will be a second album, but there's no like set thing in stone when we're doing it, when we're recording it. But I think we'd like to follow it up when the time's right, and I think that'll be next year at some point. But when you've been on the road all year, it's hard to get into that frame of mind and that kind of, because it's different
Yeah.
when you're making a record to touring it, innit? Because you need to just switch off from everything for a bit and lock yourselves away. Where it's hard to do that when you've got 153 shows.
So how was it on your latest tour? How was it supporting Jake Bugg in Europe?
Really enjoyed that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went out every night.
What was the best city to
Tuesday
go out
Italy,
in?
summer.
The best city to go out
Prague.
in?
I like Prague.
Was that in Czech?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Hot peppers.
Nice.
Surprised with that.
Do you know,
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Brussels.
Someplace.
well,
Yeah.
I got the most pissed I've ever been in Brussels.
Yeah, you did,
How
yeah.
soon, Believe it or not, we did have how the deep is your love? nicest spag ball in Bologna.
We did.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironic. Yeah, what's like the funniest tour story you've got? We'll end on that one.
I always find it quite hard.
You,
to-
you, you
No,
don't
a lot of it's like personal jokes that you wouldn't find funny that, do you know what I mean, us 5 and the crew kind of understand. Like,
Fair enough.
Or it's just too personal that we couldn't tell you.
our merch guy is our
Who is
mate
it?
from before the
Yeah.
band, and now we get him to come away with us and sell merch, and he always kind of provides funny stories. A bit of a character. So yeah, but
Of that video of where Sophia's dancing and he just pops in like that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the other video for you.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
What you was going there. But yeah,
Committed.
there's too many.
Okay.
Alright, so we got a few would you rather questions, if you're not too dated. Stone Roses or Oasis?
I'd rather not answer it.
Ooh.
It's too hard.
I'll go Oasis just because I've loved them all my life, but it's like
It's close, isn't
a
it?
very,
Yeah,
it's too
same for
close
me.
to pick. But I would say Oasis.
And would you rather do one massive like Nebworth style gig a year, or do loads of little gigs throughout the year like this?
Loads of little gigs throughout the year.
How little?
Like ones like this one tonight.
Just like.
Oh, what, everyone
this
sat
tonight,
down?
right?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think if you had one gig a year, you'd get bored. But then you won't want you thrive to get to them stages. So
I just think the anticipation for one gig a year would be horrible.
What do you do for the rest of the year?
Yeah, exactly. It's boring, wouldn't it?
Right now to do this.
I'd buy a yacht.
Oh,
Straight yacht in
yeah.
the south of France. It's my scene entirely.
I think I'd rather do more gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, more gigs.
Cool. Well, thank you for chatting to us.
Nice
and good
one.
luck for the gig tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, cheers.
Doing this music's a pleasure, so nice one. Despite my monotonous voice, this is Charlemagne.
Straying away from Manchester bands, but staying in the city, we're here at the O2 Apollo to check out the venue. The O2 Apollo is quickly becoming one of Manchester's premier venues with a wide variety of shows. With the likes of Busted, UB40 and even Harry Styles playing here, there's something for everyone. Tonight, American band All Time Low come to Manchester for the first time since headlining Manchester Arena in 2016.
Yeah, it's my second time at this venue. I love it here. It's going to be buzzing tonight.
Thank you.
Staying on the theme of bands and venues, One Night Only frontman George Craig has recently moved to Manchester and opened a bar with his brother Jimmy. I'm here at Jimmy's to interview George Craig about all things Manchester music and Manchester nightlife.
So, hi George. Where did you first get the idea of starting up a place like Jimmy's?
I think the idea came from travelling around a lot, around the world with the band and my brother Jimmy. Came from a big combination of bars that we loved going to and music venues, and between sort of 2010, 11, sort of when the band was kind of starting to slow down a bit in terms of activity, we got involved in all sorts. We were, you know, running bars, me and Jimmy setting up pop-up bars, restaurants, stuff like that. So we got more into the sort of hospitality thing, and then we kind of got an idea to do this ourselves. The inspiration from it has sort of come from just like really good rock and roll venues around the world, and that's kind of it really. I think it's a family business, and my dad's involved as well, and I think between the three of us it was always a dream to own a venue and have really good bands coming and playing, and just been round the clock, really cool business. So that's it. You know, I wanted it to be the place that it kind of, a band would come and drink here because it feels authentic and it feels like musicians have set it up. But I wanted the venue side of it to be that place that those bands who are a bit bigger go, oh, we want to do our warm-up show at Jimmy's. Which literally I'm having calls this morning about stuff like that, and stuff like after show parties, you know, as a venue. It's great for what if, say, you know, so one of my favourite bands is in town who I happen to know, and they're playing the Apollo or Academy 1. They'll come do their after show. They might do an acoustic set, Secret, or a DJ set. That's the kind of route I want it to be going down. I want it to feel like the industry bar and venue, and it feels like really thankfully it feels like that already. It's been well received. I mean, we've got symbols on the wall there, and just the list of names of people that have popped in because they've heard good things about the place is paying off, because that's what we want it to be. In terms of a bar, it's just we sell a lot of beer and we play really good tunes, and that's kind of, you just know what you're going to get. It's not wanky, the prices are like fair, and I think in terms of going forward, I just want it to build into like the core and roots of the Manchester music scene, like right in the middle of it. Everybody, if you think music, grassroots, good beer, good tunes, and like a small 100-cap venue, you just think of Jimmy's straight away. We just love a neon, and the neon above the bar upstairs is from my first album, Started a Fire, which came out 10 years ago, and that's been sat in a garage since then with no home, and then we found that it fits perfectly on top of that bar, and it was almost like it was planned but it wasn't, so it was meant to be really. So yeah, you can come to Jimmy's and you can listen to like rock and roll or indie, or kind of just really good 60s onwards or 50s, anything, just depending on if it's a weeknight, you're just always going to get classic good music.
Obviously you're in the band One Night Only.
Yeah.
Did you ever play in Manchester, and if you did, where was your favourite venue to play?
Manchester was always the it was the best place to play on the tour. I think my favourite venues in Manchester, I mean, I was always excited to play Manchester because the crowd is always up for it, always a guaranteed good night out, but yeah, Deaf Institute I think is my favourite in town, for sure.
Cool. So can we expect any more music from One Night Only in the future, or are your main focus on Jimmy's now?
I think predominantly right now my main focus is here, but the plan is to do a 10-year anniversary show in February next year. That's when the album came out, 10 years, February next year, the first album. So my sort of idea is to just do one night in Manchester. That's it, yeah, and just have a massive party, come back here, have another party. That's it.
Sounds nice to me.
Yeah, be good.
Finally, can you just sum up Jimmy's in a word?
Just say cool. Everybody just feels that and goes, yeah, that's where I want to be this weekend, or see a gig or whatever. So that's why we did it. Just because you know, not so self-indulgent. We just did it all to our own taste. We thought about everyone else, but yeah, I think it's just a cool place. It's quite relaxed. it's fair. So,
Yeah, great, thank you.
thank you very much.
Cheers. So that was Manchester, everything you need to know. A city full of culture, life and heart. And as Noel Gallagher said, that's the thing about Manchester, it all comes from here.